This is going to be my review on the Waizowl OGM Cloud. This is a clone of the SteelSeries Sensei shape, which is in my opinion one of the best ambidextrous shapes that have ever been created. Sadly, SteelSeries has let the shape fall into irrelevancy, and even their failed attempt, the SteelSeries Sensei 10, didn't really bring anything new to the table and was just behind in all the trends that a top tier mouse would have. Luckily, Waizowl has capitalized on the shape and released a top tier enthusiast level SteelSeries Sensei. The dimensions of this mouse are 126 millimeters in length, 68 in terms of the widest point in the mouse, 57 in grip width, and 38 millimeters in height. This thing weighs about 55 grams, give or take a gram or two, which is an extreme improvement compared to how the Sensei 10 released. Mind you, this mouse came out when we got the Razer Viper on the market, the Viper Mini, like the Air 58. I think this came out a good bit after that, but we had a whole bunch of mice that were wired because this was a wired mouse at 70 or less grams. This mouse came out at a whopping 94 or I think a 96 grams, and it came with a super thick, unflexible rubber cable and horrible, not even rounded skates. This mouse was just in terms of just like anything enthusiast level, just a complete flop. It was DOA. I wouldn't recommend anyone have bought it when it came out, and especially now, especially with something this good that came out. This mouse was also like 80 or 90 bucks. The OGM Cloud is 99, and it just smashes it in every way. The sensor on this mouse is the 3395. It has a Nordic MCU, and the 4K dongle is sold separately, which means this mouse is capable of 4K hertz polling. Of course, I don't really recommend 4K hertz polling unless you have maybe a 240 minimum 360 hertz monitor and are capable of getting that FPS and using a DPI that can saturate those polling rates. So something like, I would say 1200 to like 1600 plus DPI. The Cloud is not a direct one-to-one clone of the Sensei. It does differ very slightly in terms of shape when we compare it to the Sensei. If we look at the mice, you're going to notice that the Sensei 10 does not taper in nearly as aggressively as the Cloud. I also think that the Cloud is a little bit shorter overall in comparison to the Sensei, but besides that, they're still very similar. This mouse also has some of the best stock skates I've ever used in a mouse. I think the stock skates are just amazing, and they give you a bigger set of skates, which I think is amazing. You don't really a lot of companies probably just give you a copy of the exact same skates. I think it's very nice because a lot of people do enjoy huge skates. I prefer dots. I think dots are just a better value. You buy a pack of 80 for like 10 bucks. You could put 8 dots on 10 different mice. You just get way more of a value of it. But these are good stock skates. I don't really see a need to change them, so I probably won't. The mouse also comes with grip tape. It's red, it matches the mouse, but I don't really see a reason to use the grip tape because the coating on this mouse is it's top tier. There's no reason, even if you have very sweaty hands, I think you'll just stay locked on the mouse. Now, the Cloud does suffer the same issue for me as the Sensei, being a tad bit large. I just think it's slightly too large for me to have as much range of motion as I would like. But it's still very usable because the shape overall is very comfortable for me. I think this mouse is needed because we don't have a lot of medium to large ambi mice. There's not a lot of those have been coming out recently, and the shape is just like top tier, and it's been out of relevancy for a little bit too long. And Waizowl was very smart to pick this shape, and they did everything right. Build quality on this is good. You know what I mean? It has the features of an enthusiast level mouse, and all I'm hoping for is a mini version of the mouse. Hopefully, I can get a Cloud Mini that lands somewhere in the size of a Kenzu or Kana in between those two mice. And once, hopefully, that mouse comes out, I think it'll be my new main, and I don't think the shape is going to be rivaled for my specific grip style. Pretty much I don't really see a better shape that could pop up. I would like to thank Lethal Gaming Gear for sending this out to me. I've used Lethal for like 3-4 years by now. It's they're just a very good retailer here in the U.S. If you want enthusiast level products, they carry them.